What lurks beneath? Lake Seneca has many legends dating back years about a strange creature that lurks in its depths. But could the stories be true? Could there be more to the story? Something strange is lurking beneath Lake Seneca's surface, and it's said to have existed for thousands of years. But Seneca is just one lake of several we'll cover in this episode, where strange things lurk beneath the surface. You won't want to miss this. Lake Seneca is one of the largest lakes in the state of New York, and is surrounded by beautiful scenery. It was formed more than 12,000 years ago at the end of the last ice age, in the summer. It's a popular spot for swimming, boating, and fishing. And in the winter, people come from all over to enjoy the snow and ice. The lake is also home to a number of different species of fish, including largemouth bass, smallmouth bass, walleye, perch, and catfish. Lake Seneca, New York, July 14, 1899. Captain Carleton's Hirondine stood at the helm of the paddle steamer Oteshiny as it crossed Lake Seneca, New York. Long before European settlers arrived, Native American tribes spoke of a fierce beast living deep beneath the lake's surface. Most dismissed these stories as folklore, until that summer evening, at around 7 p.m., the Oteshiny was cruising peacefully. Captain Hirondine and his bosun, Frederick Rose, were chatting when they noticed something unusual about 365 meters ahead. At first, it looked like an overturned boat, dark in color, 15 feet long, with a sharp prow and narrow stern. The captain assumed there had been an accident and immediately ordered the steamer to slow down. But as the crew prepared to deploy the rescue boat, the object moved. Deliberately, not drifting, not random. It was steering then. It opened its mouth. 2 rows of razor-sharp teeth appeared. And suddenly, the crew realized this was no boat. The creature was at least 25 feet long, the massive tail like a whale's and plated armor along its back, like a tortoise shell. Its head was triangular, about 4 feet long, with a mix of shark and sperm whale features. Its eyes round, fish-like, never blinked. Captain Hirondine made a decision few would dare. He ordered the Oteshiny to ram the beast. The crew backed up, gained speed, and charged straight at it. But just before impact, the creature dove. The steamer passed right over it. Then a woman screamed. It had resurfaced just 50 yards away. So this time Hirondine aimed to strike with the starboard paddle wheel. As the ship gained speed, the creature didn't react until it was too late. A violent thud echoed across the lake. Passengers were thrown to the deck. The steamer nearly capsized. Silence followed, till they saw it. The creature floated beside the ship, a massive hole torn in its side. Its side then went still, dead. The crew rushed to secure the body with hooks and ropes. They almost had it, but the tail slipped. The ropes slid through their hands, and the carcass sank, forever lost to the lake's 600-foot depths. Dozens had witnessed it. Among them, public officials, police commissioners, telephone company manager Zevon, a geologist named Professor George R. Elwood. Elwood believed the creature may have been a cladast, an extinct sea lizard from the mosasaur family, possibly surviving in the lake's deep underwater caves. Others speculated it was a whale, a giant turtle, or something entirely new, but it was never seen again. Perhaps it was the last of its kind. Lake Storsjön, Sweden, -1,989 on a cold morning in 1989. Pilot Don Maxwell was flying his small aircraft over Lake Storsjön in Sweden. Like many locals, Don had heard stories of Storsjö, the lake's legendary monster, but he always dismissed them. Until that morning, flying low over the calm lake, Don saw something massive disturb the water. Bubbles rose. Then, a shape emerged. At first he thought it might be a submarine, but then came the humps, 5 of them trailing behind a huge head. Oh. And then, whisker-like hairs on the creature's front hump. This was alive. It looked like something out of mythology's serpentine, segmented and enormous. The creature turned its head and locked eyes with Don's plane. A thunderous hiss echoed. Don, paralyzed by fear, barely kept control of his aircraft. He forced himself not to look down again until he reached the safety of the airstrip. Don never forgot what he saw that day, and he never laughed at lake legends again. Now he's a believer often found on shore with binoculars, watching. his story remains one of the most compelling modern monster sightings. Lake Chelan, Washington, -1,960 in July 1960. A team of U.S. Navy specialists tested sonar equipment on Lake Chelan, Washington's deepest natural lake. But something was wrong. The sonar returned nothing, as if the lake had no bottom. A local guide explained, the native tribes called it Deep Lake, believing it truly had no floor. And worse, that something lived in the caves beneath. Henry Person, a researcher, documented the legends. A water beast lived in the lake. A underwater cave system, and would attack anyone who disrespected its territory. Settlers once laughed, until animals vanished. Then people began seeing something. Some described a massive, crocodile-like creature. Others saw a long-necked, being like the Loch Ness Monster. In 1965, a fisherman named Bill Crawford reported a creature 30 feet long surfacing next to his boat. It studied him, then sank vertically like an elevator. Lake Chelan sits atop one of North America's most complex underwater cave networks, so vast modern sonar can't map it all. That may explain the sonar failures and the sightings from different angles. To this day, the mystery remains unsolved. One tribal elder said, "Some things aren't meant to be found. That creature was here before us and it'll be here after we're gone."
Narrator.
If you've made it this far, comment below. What lurks beneath?
So we know who stayed until the end. If you love stories of the mysterious and supernatural, hit that like and subscribe for more episodes just like this. And remember, I love you all. Keep an open mind. I'll see you in the very next episode.